Right. Good morning, everyone. Online students, can you hear me? Yeah. We have been discussing about Java 8 new features, right? So we have completed default method interface, static method interface, Java 9 version private method interface, and also we got clarity on functional programming, functional interface, functional interface annotation. So we have discussed these points. Now today we are trying to understand lambda expression. Okay, lambda expression related every point we are trying to learn. Also we are trying to understand next topic method reference. Okay, to understand lambda expression, the prerequisite knowledge is understanding functional interface. Okay, functional programming, functional interface is the prerequisite knowledge. So if you don't have knowledge on functional programming, functional interface, functional interface, then is there any difficulty to understand lambda expression? Little difficulty. Can you hear me? Any voice breaking? Okay, 1 second. Now is it okay? Okay. Now quickly let us see what we have understood in last class about functional programming, functional interface, functional interface. Any of you remember what we discussed in last class? So what is functional interface? Okay, first we understood functional programming, right? What is functional programming? Okay, we understood last class. What is functional programming? Functional programming is a new style of programming. A functional programming is a new style of programming. It is a new programming paradigm. Okay, what we are learning as part of functional programming, it is meant for passing one function as argument to a method directly. Correct? Now earlier, if you want to pass one function or one logic as an argument to a method, first you must define one class. You must define one class. You must define the method. Then we can write logic. That is one line statement or multiple line statement. Okay, that's also not mandatory. Okay, either one line or multiple lines. What you have to do? First, you have to define one class, and we have to define one method, and then we have to write logic. Just by creating class and method and logic, is it automatically executed? No, we have to call this method. To call this method, I have to pass this object as an argument. So we have to create object and then we should pass it as argument. So in object-oriented programming style, what is the problem? We have to create one separate class and we have to create one object and pass it as an argument. It's a lengthy process. Okay, so in functional programming, that lengthy process is difficulty is reduced. So in functional programming, we no need to create separate class, we no need to create object. Directly we can pass a function as an argument. Okay, so what is the advantage of functional programming? Functional programming allows us to pass a logic as argument to a method. We no need to create a class and object. We can pass logic directly as argument. Suppose if you take Java 7 version object-oriented programming style, first you have to create a class called calc, which meant for performing calculation operation by passing what? One object as an argument. You have to take parameter is what? Object. Then this class data type we require. The data type I am taking what? Class. Then you have to call this class method here by passing argument. Then which operation you want? Addition operation. Then I am taking class addition operation. Method name is addition operation. Two parameters I taken to pass it as an argument. Then now question is, I have to this calculator accept which operation? Arithmetic operation. Will it accept subtraction operation? No. Will it accept division operation, multiplication operation? No. Then if you want division, multiplication, different arithmetic operations, what you have to do? You must define multiple overloaded methods and you must define multiple classes and then we have to create all those class objects and you pass as argument. So this is a lengthy process, old style. Now from Java 8 version onwards, from functional programming style, now what you have to do? First, you should create one interface with that method. Now, what is this AO? It is not class. It is a interface. Inside interface, we have to declare the method. I am not taking it as addition operation. I am taking it as arithmetic operation. Arithmetic operation, and this AO refers to what? Arithmetic operation. Okay. Arithmetic operation means only addition, subtraction, or all four operations. All four operations. Then now I am taking your main method. Inside main method, I created calculator object, calculator class object to call calculate method by passing what? Arithmetic operation logic. How many arithmetic operation logics we have? 4. Observe now, how many times you call the method? 1 time. By passing argument 10 and 20. Now observe here, calculator calc object created. Now I am calling calculate method by passing logic as argument directly without creating explicit class and its object. What logic I am passing? System.out.println a plus b. Directly I pass logic. Then what result will get? 30. Now I am passing subtraction logic. Did I create another class? No. If it is object-oriented programming, we have to create another class. If it is a object-oriented programming for multiplication, another class, another object. For division operation, another class, another object. But from functional programming, do I need to create another class, another object? Not required. Directly we can pass argument. So what is the advantage of functional programming? By using functional programming, I can pass argument directly. Nice. Next. Now what we understand, what are the building blocks of functional programming? Functional programming has 2 building blocks. What are they? Functional interface and lambda expression. So what is a functional interface? An interface that contains only one abstract method is called functional interface. Then what is a functional interface? Why functional interface? How can we create functional interface? How can we guarantee only one abstract method inside a functional inside an interface? What are the rules we must follow in creating functional interface? What are the limitations of functional interface? How can we solve it? What is a generic functional interface? How can we create it? Its advantage. How can we, or how many ways we can implement functional interface? So these are the points we are trying to understand. Last session, we have completed up to these 4 points. Remaining things we have to let. Following by, we will try to understand lambda expression also. So tell me, what is this interface? Interface contains only one abstract method. So what is this? Functional interface. Why it is a functional interface? Because it has only one abstract method. Is it clear? It has only one abstract method. Then next tell me. Now I am creating one more interface with the 2 abstract methods. Is it a functional interface or normal interface? It is a normal interface. You cannot call it as a functional interface. Now tell me, my intention of creating this interface as a functional interface, knowingly or unknowingly, I have written extra method. Should allow or not allow? Not allow. If I write, is the compiler throwing an error? No. Compiler doesn't throw error. So why compiler doesn't throw error? Because it is an interface. Interface access multiple abstract methods. Then I want to stop adding extra method. For that, what I have to do? I must use one annotation called @functional interface annotation. So functional interface, whenever you add @functional interface, this interface must contain only one abstract method. If you try to add extra method, is it accepted or not accepted? Not accepted. Compiler will throw error. Compiler, now for example, I am taking interface, extra method I am adding, then compiler throwing error. Now, I have a question. Tell me now, if I create a interface with only one abstract method, is it considered as a functional interface? Yes, sir. Is it considered as a functional interface? Yes. But can compiler stop you creating one extra method in this interface? No. Then how can we guarantee this functional interface contain only one abstract method? By declaring this interface as what? @functional interface, by using marker annotation @functional interface. Is it clear? Then now answer all these questions. What is a functional interface? An interface that has only single abstract method is called functional interface. Why functional interface? For enabling for enabling or supporting functional programming development in Java language. So what is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Why functional interface? It is used for enabling functional programming in Java language. It is used for creating target type for implementing and receiving lambda expression. Why functional interface? Two purposes. So in shortcut way, both combining, we can say a functional interface is used for representing one mathematical function and further to be implemented in Java by using lambda expression, and for passing this logic directly as argument without creating a separate class and object. Okay, right. Then next, how can we create functional interface? By using interface keyword, by containing only one abstract method, then it is called functional interface. How can we guarantee only one functional interface? By declaring it as functional interface, by using at the functional interface annotation, we can guarantee this interface remain as functional interface. It means we can guarantee this interface contains only one abstract method. Very, very important. By declaring at the rate functional interface, is it optional or mandatory? Optional. If you don't declare it, we are allowed to place multiple abstract methods, then compiler doesn't consider as a functional interface. For stop adding more abstract methods, when we add to get compile time error, we must mark it as functional interface. So if you maintain only one abstract method, functional interface, at the rate functional interface annotation is not required. Okay, na? Right. People who are attending from YouTube, are you understanding? So this is a little continuation for yesterday class. Please accept it and you will slowly understand. People who joined today newly, now today we are trying to understand. Yeah. So whenever you are planning to create a interface as a functional interface, adding at the rate functional interface is best idea. It's the best practices. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the rules we must follow in creating functional interface? And tell me, what are the rules we must follow in creating functional interface? Number one, it must be declared as, it must declare with at the rate functional interface. Is it ruler, not ruler? Optional, but recommended. Okay, so that we can have only one abstract method. Second, it must have only one abstract method. It must have only one abstract method. Okay. Now, there is a question. In addition to this abstract method, can I have some more members? In addition to this abstract method, can we have one more member? Means, tell me, functional interface is interface na? Inside the interface, can I create static final variables? Yes. Now, I declare this interface as a functional interface. I am trying to add one more abstract method. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. So it leads to compile time error. Can I say this is rule number one? This is a, okay, let me add here. This is the rule number one. Okay, declare it as at the rate functional interface. Rule number two. What the rule number two? If you declare it as a functional interface, you are allowed to place only one abstract method. I'm trying to add one more abstract method, compiler throwing error. Rule number 3. Tell me, can I have one variable here int some x equal to 10? It is I4 is what? A interface. A interface allows me to declare a variable. Yes. But functional interface allows to me to declare variable. Do you remember abstract class? Abstract class meant for having one abstract method. In addition to abstract method, can I create other members which are allowed in abstract class? Yes. Similarly, inside a functional interface, can I declare one variable? Yes, no problem. Okay, allowed. Next, I am creating one. Okay, I am creating static block, not allowed in the interface. In the functional interface also not allowed. In a regular interface, what extra allowed? Abstract method allowed. How many abstract methods? Only one. Can inner class is allowed? Inner class. In a normal interface, inner class is allowed. In a functional interface, inner class is allowed. Come on, allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Come on, functional interface is meant for representing one function. Yeah, that one function only we have written here. Extra supporting to this function, extra members can I create? Yes, you can create variable. You can create what? Inner class. Next, from Java 8 version onwards, we can create default methods. Can I create default implemented methods? Come on, allowed or not allowed? Allowed. How many? Multiple. Okay, can I create multiple default implemented methods? Can I create multiple default implemented methods? Yes, allowed. M3, M4. Multiple default implemented methods also allowed. No problem. Okay. Can I create multiple static implemented methods? Static, void, M5. Any return type, any parameter, no problem. Is it allowed? Yes, allowed. No problem. Multiple static implemented methods are allowed. Come on. Allowed or not allowed? If you don't know these points, you cannot pass interview. If you don't participate, if you don't accept and remember and not practice, you will fail in the interview. All these points are compulsory asking questions in the interview. Earlier chapters are old topics, old feature topic. They may ask in the interview or may not ask in the interview. But these are the latest version, Java 8 version. Every interviewer compulsory asks. The first question you will face Java 8 version, maybe you don't surprise. Okay, the first question maybe itself is a Java 8 version question. That's why Java 8 version, every point you have to deeply practice and you have to do research also on Google. Any more points are there? Okay, I taught completely, but maybe I may miss some point. You have to search and find any new point I miss or any tricky point I'm missing, you have to find out. Otherwise, you will fail in the interview. Every day after Java 8 started onwards, I'm stressing you. Very important. Without this knowledge, you cannot pass interview. So compulsory you have to practice all these points. Next, tell me. From Java 9 version onwards, I can declare private static methods and private non-static methods. Is it allowed in functional interface? Yes. Functional interface, what is the topic? Functional interface is mandatory to have only one abstract method. That rule is satisfied. Then extra supporting concepts, if you want to write, no problem. Now tell me, private non-static method is allowed or not allowed? Allowed, no problem. Everyone understand? So tell me, what are the rules in creating? What are the rules we must follow in creating functional interface? Number 1, it must be declared with functional interface annotation. Mandatory, optional, but it is recommended. Next, it must have only one abstract method. Is it mandatory, optional? Mandatory. Okay, suppose if I don't write one abstract method also, I created empty interface and declare it as what? Functional interface. Is it allowed or not allowed? Come on, everyone, allowed or not allowed? Must not be allowed. Let's see compiler throwing error or not. Yes, unexpected functional interface annotation. I4 is not a functional interface. No abstract method found in the interface. If you declare interface as a functional interface, it must have one abstract method. Only one abstract method must be there. Extra you should not write. Is it clear? Next point, third point is what? Functional interface can have what? Static final variable. static inner class. SIC means what? Static inner class. It can have default methods. It can have static methods. It can have private methods. No problem. How many? Multiple. That's why written what? Yes, yes, yes. Multiple allowed. No problem. Now there is a small problem here. In java.lang.object class, we have java.lang.object class. Actually, this point related to default, I guess. Java.lang.object class has a method. That method I am taking private, public. Now it is a deep object class method is public. Public. You remember string? ToString method is there. We have discussed some points about ToString method. Some return empty double quotes I am writing. Okay. So public string ToString return empty double quotes. And tell me, is it allowed or not allowed? I have created this method as a abstract method or concrete method? Concrete method. Concrete methods are allowed in the interface? No. Now I am declaring it as a default method. Allowed or not allowed? Public default string ToString method. Control 1. Let's see what happened. Compile or not compile? Not compile. Actually, this rule is not functional interface method rule. This rule is what? Default rule. In a default method, I should taught, I forgot. Default method ToString in interface I4 overrides a member of java.lang.object class. Do you remember in interface topic I told you, indirectly interface is also subclass of java.lang.object class. You cannot write interface extends from object. You cannot write interface extends object, but compiler implicitly linking interface is also subclass of object. Tell me now, in object class, there are 11 methods available. Those 11 methods, if you try to declare as a default method, that is a wrong, because already it has some implementation. Why you are saying again extra implementation? So we cannot create java.lang.object class methods as a default method or as a static method. So if you declare as a default or static method, compiler will throw error. Look at ToString and I4 cannot override ToString in object class. Overriding method is static. So actually this is not what you call functional interface method rule. It is coming from the java.lang.object class default method concept. Tell me, can I declare these methods as abstract methods? Yes. We can create concrete method as what? Abstract method, no problem. I am declaring this method as what? Okay, I am removing body. When I remove body, automatically it become abstract. Now, we cannot create as a default or static, but I can create as what? Abstract method compiled. Okay, this point related to default method, just remember from the default method point of. So what are the rules we have to follow in creating functional interface? Number 1, it should contain functional interface. Number 2, it should contain only one abstract method, compulsory one abstract method. Rule number 3, it can have normal static class, multiple default members, multiple static members, and multiple private members. Is everyone clear these points? Right. Now, I want to ask one question. All are ready? Now, I want to create one functional interface. Online students, understanding a interface I2. Suppose I am taking, okay, let me take again AO. Okay, I am taking arithmetic operation AO. Here I am creating void AO of arithmetic operation of semicolon int A comma int B. Very, very important point, which is confusion to you now. Please focus and show your talent now. It's a time you have to show your talent. Tell me now. Here, what you're going to write now? I'm going to write one interface. Is it a functional interface? Yes. How can I say it is a functional interface? It has only one abstract method. Everyone, come on. It has only one abstract method. Now, this interface I didn't declared as at the functional interface. Is it still accepted? Yes. As long as I don't add extra functional interface, extra abstract method, it is considered as a functional interface or not? Yes. Now, what is the limitation of this interface? Everyone, what is the limitation of this interface? This interface has a one limitation. Come on, everyone, tell me. This interface has one limitation. What is the limitation? Look, you will find, easily you can find. There is a limitation in this interface. Everyone should answer. What is the limitation? rules completed. Now I have limitation. When you are working with this interface, there is a limitation. Only? Okay, 2 parameters only allowed. Any other? It accepts only int type values. It accepts only int type values. It accepts only int type values. If I want to add float numbers, it will. If you want to add double numbers, if you want to add string numbers, what I have to do? I must create one more overloaded method with the parameter one. Float F1 and float F2. Compiler software, look at your face and smile. Hey, kya kar raha hai bhai? You want this to be a functional interface and want to add one more extra overloaded method. It's not allowed, no? Everyone understand? To guarantee it is a functional interface, what you are writing? Functional interface annotation. Whenever you write at the rate functional interface annotation, by seeing this statement, compiler started laughing at you and saying, kaise allow kar sakte bhaiya? Okay, it's not allowed. Multiple non-overriding abstract method found. Compiler throwing error. Then tell me, what should I do? Comment it. Hey, if I comment, how can I pass float numbers? Come on, suggest me. I want to add float numbers. I want to subtract. I want to add string numbers. I want to do different operations on different type of values. What should I do? Class. Which class? Yeah. Object. Class object jamana over. Currently, we are in which programming? Functional programming. In functional programming, where is the class object? Typecasting. How can you typecast into two float? Yeah. Typecasting when after receiving the value, then you typecast, right? As first of all, parameter doesn't accept the float. No. Then where is the point of typecasting? Can you call this add method by passing two float numbers? No. Can I add these two numbers by passing the double number? No. Sorry? Higher range data type. Excellent. Wonderful. That's what I'm expecting from you. Now I should create functional interface with what? Higher range data type. What is the higher range data type? Double. Wonderful. Super. Marvelous. Double. Tell me. If I take a double, higher range data type is what? Double. Then it accept all the values, na? But as double only. I want 5 and 10 integer numbers I want to add. Why you are forcing me to pass as 5.0, 6.0? I want to add int only. I want to add double only. I want to add long only. Don't force me to pass all the values as int type. Suppose I want to add 2 characters. Then you are asking me to pass character as what? Double. Okay. Is it accept string now? I want to concat 2 strings. Will it accept? No. Tell me, what should I take? Next answer. Come on. Next answer. Wonderful. Next answer is take objects are super class of all classes. Object O1 and object O2. Object O1, object O2. So these are all the wrong options. Are you catching my point? What is the problem in these options? Number of interfaces are increasing. Okay, everyone go back to your object-oriented programming. The day in object-oriented programming, I suggest you one thing. Whenever I want to create multiple objects of type student, HK, of type student, BK, Balai Babu, of type PK, Pawan Kalyan Babu, I want to create different objects of what type? Different type or same type? Same type. What type? Student 1, student 2, student 3. I gave you 3 options. I'm sorry, I gave you 2 options. Option number 1, for each object, create separate class. Class Hari, class Balaya, class Pawan Kalyan. Like that, create separate classes and create the objects for each class separately. That is the one option I gave. Is it right option or wrong option? Wrong option. What the second option I told you? Provide blueprint of all these objects. Blueprint means create only one class. Create only one class with a what name? Class student by declaring variables here, fields here, instance fields here. Then create first instance and store this object values. Then create second instance and store the second object value. Create third instance and store third object value. Remember or forgot? This is object-oriented programming. As part of object-oriented programming, whenever you find multiple objects of same type with the same properties and same behavior implementation, create only one class and create multiple objects, one object per each object. Now observe, same kind of concept came into picture now. I want to create one interface or one class. I want to create or interface which should accept either int type value or float type value or double type value or string type value. Any type of value I want to accept. Are you following my point? Any type of value I want to accept. Then you have two options are now. Number one, choose higher range data type object. Okay, choose higher range data type object or number two, choose generic type. What I have to choose? Generic type. So there are two types are there. Number one, superclass of all classes. Who is the superclass of all classes? Object. Either choose object or choose what? Generic. Then what is the difference between object and generic? So first of all, what is generic? I don't understand. I also not understand. Wait. Okay. I know up to object. So let me take first object. What is the problem with object? Tell me. If you define a method, add method with parameter object obj, it's very tricky point, please concentrate. At the time of calling add method, I decided to pass only integer. For my project, this add method should accept only integer. I pass 5, accepted or not? Yes. I'm passing add of 6, accepted or not? Yes. Unknowingly, I am passing add of 7.5, accepted or not accepted? Accepted or not accepted? Accepted here, because parameter is what? Object. For my project, this add method should accept only integers. But unknowingly, I am trying to pass a 7.5 different type. Accepted or not accepted? Accepted. No problem. Accepted. Why? Because the parameter type is what? Object. Samajh mein aaya? So is your requirement fulfilled or not fulfilled? Not fulfilled. I want a method with a type. I want this method with a type that must accept all types of values, but with some restrictions. I will tell accept only integer, it should accept only integer. I will tell accept only double, it should accept only double. Are you following my point? If you are taking other than what I specify, it should not. Compiler should throw error. That is where a new feature has given called what? Generic. Generic means create a class or interface. Create a class or interface without specifying particular type. I am commenting all these interfaces. I'm commenting all these interfaces. If a generic concept is not there, two problems are there. Number one, number of interfaces for each type separately you have to create, or I have to choose what? Object type parameter. If I create number of interfaces, number of classes, number of Java files, number of .class files are increasing, maintenance will be very difficult, and the name of the interfaces also changing. Number of interfaces remembering become what? Very difficult. Then the second option is what? Choose object type. So if I choose object type, what is the problem? I cannot restrict what type values to pass, what type values should not be passed. That is where we got a new feature called what? Generic. Tell me, what is a generic? Generic is also a type. Like object, it is also a type. Now interface AO. Okay, let me take it as interface AO. I am also commenting this one here for the time being. So now I am taking interface AO. Interface AO. Observe. Here I should not take object. Here also I should not take what? Object. In place of object, I should place one placeholder, type holder. Do you remember JDBC prepared statement? There is a statement called what? Placeholder. Some question marks you are writing, na? Like that. There is a one special syntax is there. I do at the time of creating this interface, I don't specify particular type here. Understand? Then at what time I should specify, sir? At the time of implementing this interface. Tell me, at the time of implementing this interface, AO A1 equal to another implementation AO A2 equal to another implementation you are writing AO A3 equal to. Are you following my point? Right. So you are going to specify the type at what time? At this time. You are not specifying the type at the time of creation. You are specifying the type at the time of implementation. Nothing but object creation. Understanding? So then what I should write here, sir? Here you should write any character your wish. Any character you can write. I am choosing what? T. Why T? T stands for what? Type. I want one type of value as an argument. So I'm choosing what? T. You can write any character your wish. So then if I write any character like this, compiler will throw error. Hey, this T is what? Compiler cannot understand what is this T. Cannot find symbol, class T. Cannot find symbol, class T. If you write here type place, parameter type place, it is considered as what? Class. With the name class, did you create? With the name T, did you create class? No. Now, I should tell to compiler, see Mr. Compiler, this T is not the regular type. It is a generic type. Its a type is not decided in the creation. Its a type is decided at the time of object creation. For that, after a class name here, I should write angular bracket T. Understand the new syntax? What is the new syntax? After a class name with angular bracket, after interface name with angular bracket, you write one letter there. Your wish, any letter, your wish. Okay, there is no restriction on the letter. It is just an identifier. Follow identifier level 7 rules and then you can choose the name there. So just write one letter. Then now it is considered as what now? Generic. Then that letter you have to use in the place of what? Data type. For creating variable, for creating return type, for creating parameter type, wherever you want it to take, there you should write what? T everywhere. Understood my point? Now tell me what we call this interface as. This interface is called normal interface or generic interface? Generic normal interface or generic functional interface? Generic functional interface. Generic functional interface. Everyone following us slowly? I am going point by point, repeating also. All the people understanding? Yeah, people who are watching from YouTube, you can also ask the questions if you have anything in the comment section. I am monitoring your comments also. If you have doubts, you can ask. If you understand, give a reply. Don't sleep. Topic is very confusion topic. When something is confusing, compulsory you have to keep on reply. When you're replying, slowly your mind will receive and understand. If you don't reply, keep on watching. Point by point connectivity you are going to miss. And suddenly you will wake up and feel, Abba, topic is very difficult. Okay, na? So topic is not difficult. Topic is very, very easy, simple. Only thing you have to interact. You have to wake up and interact. Tell me now. This method accepting now what type of objects? What type of values? Generic values. Generic means a particular type or any type of any type you can pass. Tell me now, when you want to change from one type to another type, should I modify this interface, recreate? No. Should I overload method? Not required. Then where this type value is specified? Where this type value is specified? This type value is specified from object creation place. Here I am creating object AO angular bracket. Which type of values you want to pass? Int type. Then you write what? Int. But you cannot write int. If you write int, compiler throw error. Unexpected type. What is expected? Reference only. But found what? Int. Tell me, what is primitive int reference type? Integer. Wrapper class object. Integer A1. Compiler not? Yes. Now tell me, here onwards, Whenever you write A1, A1 is of what type? AO of integer. Then what is the, if suppose down I am calling A1 dot AO method, I am calling A1 dot AO method. Tell me, what is the first argument type I should pass? Is it my Visha? Only integer. Tell me, what is this AO method parameter type now? Integer. Samajh mein aaya? Right? Now tell me, suppose if I write here another type I am writing here, double. Okay, tell me, double, allowed or not allowed? Everyone, allowed? Array, double is a primitive type, na? Primitive data types as a generic, allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Generic type only, reference types are allowed. So what I should write here? Small d double or capital D double or? Capital D double. If I write capital D double, it is compiled successfully. AO of double A2, A1 dot AO of. Then, now what is allowed to pass as an argument? Double type. Here AO method parameter is int. Here AO method parameter type is double. That means how many interfaces you created? One. From this one interface, we are trying to create multiple interfaces or not? Physically or logically? Logically. First interface with integer, second interface with double. Tell me. Now I am going to write copy, paste, copy, paste. Here I am writing, can I write string here? Yes. Now the third interface is ready with what parameter? String. What type of arguments allowed here? String type. Let me try. AO1 dot, I am passing 10 comma 20. Any compile time error? No. I have to pass here equal to, and tell me the syntax for implementing functional interface. You have to copy this parameter and paste here. Arrow. What do you write now? System dot out dot println of. In place of O1, can I take T1, T2? Now I am writing here. What do you write now? T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. Look at there. What is this implementation? Lambda expression. I didn't explain fully lambda expression, just you accept it, okay? I didn't explain fully, just you try to accept. AO integer A1 equal to, now tell me, what is this T type buddy now? Integer. Can I write here T? No. Compiler will throw error because it's a parameter. What type of parameter is it? Here, this is a parameter you should define. What the parameter? Integer. Whatever you have written, same thing you should write here. Integer. And here also what you should write? Integer. I'm taking here T1, T2. Now tell me, is it compiled now? Yes. Variable A2 is already defined. Take it as A3. Look at there. Is it compiled now? Yes. Now, execute. If I execute, what is the output will get? 30. Everyone understand? Vishwa Narasimha. Angular T is a generic syntax that is meant for specifying this interface ready to accept all types of values. But what type of value? The value you are specifying at the time of object creation. In object creation, what type you specify, that type you want to take here and substitute, then we should use what? Generic syntax Angular bracket T. Clear my point? Now tell me, can you help me to write this code? Neeraj, if I choose here object using A1, I want to pass only integers. Allowed or not allowed? Can you stop it? Neeraj. Using A1 object, this A1 object implementation logic should execute only for integer. I don't want to take other type. If you take here object, can you stop it? No. That is advantage of generics. What is the difference between generic and object? If you take object as a parameter, it takes all types of values. At runtime, I cannot control what to pass, what not to pass with my object implementation. With generic, it is also taking all types of values, but I can control for my object implementation what type of values are allowed and not allowed. For object, it is a fixed, static. With generic, fixed or dynamic? Dynamic. Is it clear? So generic providing type safety. What the technical word? Generic is providing type safety. What type of value should pass as an argument to my implementation? I can specify the type to compiler. If you write here object, I cannot tell to compiler. I open the doors for the compiler to accept all types of values. I want to restrict a compiler, you accept only integers. There is no restriction. With generic type, I can provide type information to the compiler. What type of values are allowed for my implementation? I will write the notes, everything clearly. Okay, na? Now tell me. How to pass different type of arguments. In that case, you take here object. If you want to pass, you want same interface for working with a different type. Here, what the parameter should come and substitute object. Substitute here what you pass as a generic object you write so that it accepts all types of values. Now tell me now. I am trying to write here 10.5 allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Compiler will throw error. Incompatible types, double cannot be converted to integer. So tell me, am I able to restrict it passing other type of values to my implementation? Next. Now what the parameter I take in here? Double. Is the logic changing or same logic? Same logic, but come on. But parameters are same or different? Different. Parameters are different. Here what I should write? Double T1. Here also double T1. So now the same addition logic is executing for whom now? Double types. Tell me. Here I am passing A1.AO of. Let's see how many people will give correct answer. I am passing 10, 20. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Integer can be assigned to highest range type, right? Control 1 compile. What the value coming? 30 or 30.0 now? 30.0 you are going to get. Clear? Tell me now. I am trying to pass here 10.5 comma 20.7. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed. What is the output you will get? What is the compile timer? Oh, okay. So here compiler throwing error. 1 second, I didn't notice. Here compiler throwing error. What is the error? Wait. This is one written A1, sorry, A2. I should write what? A2. If I write A2, let's see, I should get compile timer. Incompatible types, int cannot be converted to double because wrapper classes chapter auto boxing. Here auto boxing is applied. 10 is a what type? Int. Int wrapper class is what? Integer. Can you convert integer object to double type? No. That's why compiler throwing error. Can I pass int? No. Because here int is auto boxing to whom now? Integer. Integer object cannot be assigned to double variable. It's a wrapper class chapter. I will explain you there. Very important. Int can be assigned to small b double. Okay. But integer to double is not allowed. Int to double is allowed. Int to double is allowed. But integer to double is not allowed. Tell me, how should I pass now the values? A2 dot AO of, come on guys, what I should pass? 10.0 comma 20.0. Now it is considered as a double type. Online students following or understanding or compiled successfully and we got output what? 30.0. So tell me, what is the advantage of generic syntax? Generic syntax is providing type safety to the values. Generic syntax is giving type information to the compiler. What type of values are only allowed to pass to the implementation. We can create with the generic syntax, we can create a class or interface with a generic type, and later at runtime, at the time of object creation, we can decide what type of object is allowed to pass as a argument. Is it clear, guys? Then what is the difference between generic syntax and object? If you take generic syntax, it will be a dynamic. Okay, we can decide at the time of object creation what type of values are allowed to pass. If you take object as a parameter, I cannot control what type of values to pass. all values are accepted by compiler. Suppose, okay, I'm taking here what string. Let us also complete it. Now tell me, can I concat two strings or not? Yes. Now I'm writing equal to here string place double place what you write string and here also what you write string. Logic is same. Now here what reference variable I have to take A3. When I write A3 is a what type string. Then the parameters arguments must be what I should pass A3. Now what I should write now double quotes A. Okay, let me write double quotes H and comma double quotes K. What is the output you get? HK. Control 1, control. What I got? HK. Clear my point? Yeah, Neeraj, I'm telling you that. Suresh, you don't know how to compile execute? Okay. I will explain that later, end of the class. Now look at here. Now, I want this interface accept different type of arguments. Then what I should do? Which parameter type accept different type of values? Common to all. In angular bracket, what I should write? Object A4 equal to bracket. What do you write? Object O1 comma object O2 angular bracket system dot out dot println. Babu Buji, can you add referenced variable O1 plus O2? Hello? Can you apply plus operator on object type? No. Compiler throw error. You can apply addition operation only on primitive values and string. Then can you write here plus operator? Not possible. So what I should write? Just print O1 plus double quotes space plus O2. Just I am printing the given values as it is I am printing. Now see here A4 dot AO of. Tell me what is the first parameter type? Object 5 comma. Second parameter is what? Object 10.5. Can I pass like this different type of values? Yes. No compile time error and no runtime error. We got out 5, 10.5. Accepted both na? Next. Now tell me, can I write here double quotes HK double quotes Naresh IT? Can I pass or not? Yes. Accepted. No problem. Executed. No problem. Still, I am creating one class called A. I'm creating one class called our own class called A. Tell me now. Can I pass? HK comma new A, our own class object also? Yes. Compile, execute. A class object also passed. So finally tell me, Java 5 version onwards, the most powerful feature is added called what? Generics. Remember Java 5 feature, one feature I told you generics. What are the features as part of Java 5? Auto boxing, auto unboxing, where are @override annotation, covariant returns, for each loop, generics, annotation, enum. These are the 8 features. Okay, in that we have pending with what? Generic. Did you understand today's generic topic? More detailed explanation. I explain you generic only 5%. Still we have 95% that we discuss as part of collections. Okay. Now tell me when I should use generic. If you wanted to store, if you want to create a class to work with dynamic types to take as an argument, then I should use what? Generic. Okay, what is the difference between generic type and object type? In a generic type, I can control what type of values to pass and not pass with my object. Whereas if you take object type as a parameter, I cannot control any type of values I can pass, as is shown here. Yashwant Reddy, where am I changing string, mama? I didn't modify anywhere, right? Then why you bring string immutable all? Okay. So Do you all understand now functional interface limitation? What is the limitation of functional interface? Tell me now. Tell me, what is the limitation of? Everyone understood, no? What is the limitation of functional interface? A functional interface can have only one abstract method, can work with only one type of value specified as a parameter or return type. Suppose in, only work with in. Suppose double, only work with double. Let me type that. A functional interface, can have only one abstract method. Then, second limitation is what? Then, this abstract method can work with only one type of values. Those are one type of values based on parameter or return type used, return type that is used as part of method declaration. Now tell me what is the third point. If we want to, then the problem is if we want to pass different type of values, compiler doesn't allow, it is not allowed, compiler throws error. What is the solution to this problem? We have two solutions. Solution number one, define three solutions, okay? Solution number one, define overload method in this interface. Compiler will throw error. Why? Functional interface can contain only one abstract method. I'm writing shortcuts. FI means functional interface. AM means abstract method. Next element. Second solution. Define separate interface for each separate interface by changing parameter types. Let me show you. So that is easy for you to track the notes, okay? Okay. Then here, compiler thread. Second one is what? Define separate interface by changing parameter types. How? Like this. I'm writing AO1 here, AO2, and this is what? AO3. No, I don't want to take this one. This one separate. Next, AO3. Okay, and copy paste AO3 with what parameter? String. String S1 and string S2. What is the problem here? Tell me. Problem? Compile time error or no compile time? No compile time error. Here, no problem, but number of interfaces are increased. Then number of each interface we create a separate Java file. Na? Number of Java files, and for each Java file, number of dot class files are increased. Then it is difficult to manage these many number of Java files and class files. Project size is increased, and moreover, it is difficult to project size is increased, and more memories for each interface it has to load into the JVM. Na? More memory is consumed, and moreover, it is difficult to remember those many interfaces, and moreover, remembering those many interfaces names is difficult. All people are following? Any difficulty? Do you need to remember all these points, or just listen and leave? Just see and leave. Okay? Every dog has a day. Your day also will come. When you fail in the interview, that day you ping me. Okay? 9010454584. Hi, sir. As you said, I failed in the interview. In WhatsApp, send message so that I can take the screenshot and share to your juniors and motivate them. Dekho. Once upon a time, long ago, I told your seniors, if you don't study, you will fail. They didn't study. They failed. Now they come back. Okay? So, Nana Buji, please study, Nana. All these points are very, very important. If you don't study, pakka you are going to fail in the interview. All these points will come. And tell me, this is the first problem. What is the first problem? Define overloaded method in this interface. Not possible. Second one is what? Define separate interface by changing parameter type. It is possible. It is possible, but there is a difficulty in managing. Then now, what the third solution? Define method with object as parameter and return type. Then what the problem here? Can you tell me? Here problem is we cannot restrict the type of values or objects to be passed and returned for our specific object or instance of this class. Suppose for our object A1, we want to pass only integer as argument. It is not possible. It is not possible to restrict. And then what the final solution? Fourth point. Okay, let me also show you that example also. They're doing. Generally, everyone first teach lambda expression, then next they will teach functional interface. Any tutorial you take, any YouTube you take, any textbook you take, first they will teach lambda expression and then they will teach functional interface. But I am reverse. First I will teach functional interface, then lambda expression. Because people will teach you lambda expression from lambda expression point of view. Without functional interface, lambda expression will not work. If you don't make you clearly understand functional interface, your mind will guide it in a wrong way. Lambda expression is an anonymous function, something, different story is there. I don't want to follow that wrong way of understanding. That's why I am going first teaching you about functional interface fully. Then I am taking you for what? Next lambda expression. Then when I'm teaching lambda expression, you will enjoy ultimate. And when I'm asking one question, automatically your mind only will tell. And our powerful statement, what? Automatically your mind only will tell it is right or wrong, because you have full knowledge on functional interface. Clear? So that's why I'm teaching first functional interface. And tell me here what you are going to write. I want implementation. Now, are you choosing multiple names or only one interface name? Only one interface name. What is that? AO, A1 equal to, what is the implementation of this interface? Copy, paste here, arrow. Sir, why you write? Syntax, right? For the time being, you write. Later, I will teach you. System dot out dot println of, say just what? O1 plus double quotes plus O2. Okay, O1 plus O2. Then tell me, here I am calling A1 dot add of. What is my requirement? I want to pass for A1 object, I want to pass only integers. Now I am passing integers 10, 20. Another problem is there. Second problem. Here there is a second problem. Another problem. And another problem, tell me, I am passing 10 as an argument to O1, 20 as an argument to O2. Am I able to use that O1, 10 as a 10? Can I write O1 plus O2? Can I use it as a integers? Compiler throw error. How can I add two objects? Not possible. So that means I have to typecast that O1, O2 to int types. Later, if you pass double type or later you pass a string object, here you will get class cast exception. Lot of problems are there, na? So another problem is the past primitive values. PVs means what? Primitive values. The past primitive values, we cannot use them directly. We must typecast. Tell me, whenever you typecast later, there is a chance we will get class cast exception. Are you guys understand? Now tell me, here I'm passing A1 dot out 10, 20. Now this implementation accept O1 plus O2? No. Compiler throwing error because of addition. All points you test in your system also. I'm writing A1 equal to object O1, O2. If you want to add, what should I do? I should typecast O1 to int plus O2 to int. First you typecast them and then add. Error or no error? No error. Then now A1 dot add of 10, 20. What the first argument? 10. 10 typecast to int? Yes. What is substituted here? 10. 20 typecast to int? Yes. What is substituted? 20. 10 plus 20? 30. Now here I am passing what, Bujay? Double quotes A. And next I am passing double quotes B. Will compiler restrict here or not restricted? Not restricted. Okay, not restricted. Allowed to pass. Our requirement is failed in a. Our requirement is failed. Then A is passed here, B is passed here. Abajay, tell me, A1, double quotes A, trying to convert it to what? In. Possible or not possible? Not possible. Then we will get later in logic, we will get CCE. CCE ante class cast exception. Online students, understood? YouTube watching people, understood? YouTube is going slow. There is a delay in YouTube. Okay. How to get notes, sir? Still what time webinar goes? Can you teach problem solving in Java? How much time you want? Sambit. How much more time you can continue? It's okay, na? Then why did you ask? You are here for a time counting purpose, subject counting purpose. Huh? Yeah, notes I will share, don't worry. Now tell me, what the fourth point? Tell me, how can we solve this problem? Final solution is apply generic type. Okay? Tell me, what is generic functional interface? How can we create it? What are its advantages? Okay, Jami Kanakaraju. Go to Naresh IT YouTube channel, search interface by Hari Krishna, you will get it. Already there. What is generic functional interface? Tell me. First of all, first point, what is generic functional interface? And a functional interface that has generic syntax in its declaration is called generic functional interface. This is my definition. In YouTube, if you find some other definition, I don't know. Okay, na? A functional interface that has a generic syntax in its declaration is called generic functional interface. First you ought to write what? Habituate writing at the rate functional interface. What do you write? Interface. AO. What I want? Our current example will continue. AO following by angular bracket T, open bracket, closed bracket. Inside what? This is a functional interface. Interface. Okay, it is an interface. Inside interface, I should create one abstract method. Void AO of T, T1 comma T, T2. Semicolon. Yeah. Right. Tell me. This is functional interface. Which functional interface? Generic functional interface. Generic functional interface. Here, angular bracket T is generic parameter. What we call it as? Generic parameter. Generic. It is a generic parameter. Okay. Next. The name T can be any valid identifier. Valid identifier means identifier chapter, second chapter, seven rules you have to follow. Sanjay, your wish, Sanjay. Any parameters based on your requirement. There is no rule. Next, The name T can be any valid identifier. Generally, the generic parameter name will be single character. Okay, will be single character. Why? Hey, if I write here multiple characters, is it readable? I can write multiple characters, your wish. But now tell me what happened. The class name is dominated by generic name, right? That's why generally generic parameter name will be single character for easy reading purpose. Okay. Next, this generic parameter name we will use this generic parameter name as what? Variable type, comma, return type, Charan, are you following this? Can be any valid identifier. No need to be T. Okay, let me write. No need to be only T. Here, T stands for type. Okay, shortcut of T is what? Type is what? T stands for type. Type means what? Means a data type. Clear? Charan Kumar. We will use this generic parameter name as a variable type, return type, and parameter type. Okay, done. So first we understood what is this angular bracket T. Then now tell me, this angular bracket T at runtime, this generic parameter angular bracket T is replaced with the data type we passed at the object creation line. At the object creation line, here A1 equal to, just you write null sum for the time being, okay? Angular bracket, what are you writing now? Integer. Here, generic type is integer. Method AO, parameters type is integer. Then only int type values are allowed. Okay, everyone understand? Or else you can write full logic. Why confusion? Bracket. What I should write here? Integer I1 comma integer I2 arrow. What do you write? System dot. Can I write shortcut? SOPLN of I1 plus I2. Okay. Now let me copy paste one more. Now here what writing? Double A2 equal to what the parameter? Double D1 comma double D2 SOPLN D1 plus D2. Look at here. Here generic type is double. The method AO. The method AO parameters type is double. Then what type of values are allowed? Only double types are allowed. So hope you all got clarity on the notes part. Then finally tell me, what are the 8th question? What are the differences between object and generic parameter. Both are accepting all types of values, but what is the difference between them? AO of object, AO of TT. చక్కగా చెప్పండి. Calendar program. Well, first point. First point, accepts all types of values and objects. We cannot restrict. Here, we can, it also accepts all types of values and objects, but we can restrict by how by specifying type at the time of object creation. Second, if you take object as a parameter, if you want to use primitive values, I have to typecast, na? Then tell me. We must typecast the passed argument value or object to its own type. Here required or not required? Second, not required. The value or object are passed as in its own type. Okay, na? And then tell me. Because there is no casting, will you get any class cast exception? Okay. There is a chance to get CC. Here, no chance, never get CC. Okay, finally, fourth point, we cannot specify type to compiler. No type safety. Now here, fourth point, we can specify type to what? Compiler. We have type safety. So finally, we completed successfully please try to reply all points. Check. Point number 1, what is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Why functional interface? For enabling functional programming and for providing target type to lambda expression implementation. So without functional interface, can you create lambda expression in Java? No. Next, how can we create functional interface? By using interface keyword. Interface name, open bracket, close bracket, create only one abstract method. How can we guarantee only one abstract method inside functional interface? @ functional interface annotation. Is it rule that we should declare functional interface? No. What are the rules we must follow in creating functional interface? Functional interface must be declared as @ functional interface annotation, but it is not a rule. Inside functional interface, we must place only one abstract method. If you place multiple abstract methods without @ functional interface declaration, no compile time error. With @ functional interface annotation, we will get compile time error. Inside functional interface, in addition to one abstract method, we can add static final variable, public static inner class, multiple default implemented methods, multiple static implemented methods, multiple private static and non-static methods. No restriction. Next, what are the limitations of a functional interface? A functional interface can have only one method with one parameter type. So it can accept only the specified parameter and return type values only. Then how can we solve it? We have to create generic interface. So what is a generic interface? A generic interface is an interface that is declared with generic syntax. What is the advantage of generic functional interface? Okay, this advantage also let us include here only. A functional interface that has a generic syntax and accepts a different type of values and objects as arguments at runtime dynamically. A functional interface that has generic syntax in its declaration and accepts different type of values and objects as arguments dynamically at runtime. How? Runtime with the type safety. With the type safety is called functional interface. Okay, you must remember all these points. What is that? Generic syntax you have to tell, accepts a different type of values and objects you have to tell, and also you must mention type safety is called generic functional interface. So what is the advantage of generic generic functional interface? You no need to create multiple interfaces for accepting different type of values. Okay, na? Next, we no need to remember multiple interface name. Single interface will serve for accepting all types of values and objects. Next, what are the differences between object and generic parameter? Object parameter, no type restriction. Generic parameter has type restriction. Okay, na? Next, last question. How can we, or how many ways we can implement functional interface? Tell me first, how many ways we can implement a interface? Functional interface, I'll tell you later. How many ways we can implement an interface? Tell me. We can implement an interface in two ways. What are the two ways? Number one, by using outer class. Right? By using outer class. Number two, by using inner class. Anonymous class. By using anonymous class. How many ways we can implement an interface? Two ways. By using outer class. Number two, by using anonymous class. Then how many ways we can implement functional interface? We can implement a functional interface in three ways. No, four ways. By using outer class, by using anonymous class. Number three, by using lambda expression. Number four, by using generic interface is a interface. I'm talking about implementation. Method reference. By using method reference. So these are the four ways we can implement. Understood? Tell me, all the people know how to write outer class as implementation class. All the people know how to write anonymous class as a implementation of one interface. Now what I should learn? Lambda expression and method reference. What is lambda expression? Why lambda expression? How lambda expression? Okay. And next, what is method reference? Why method reference? How method reference? What the different rules we follow? What the different rules we follow? Now finally, which approach we follow in the project? Those points we'll discuss in tomorrow class. Understood? So today, functional interface related complete information. Everyone got clarity? Will you practice all these points? Especially generic interface. Will you practice? Okay, na? Right. If you practice today class, tomorrow class will be more easy. Tomorrow we will complete lambda expression. Also we will complete method reference also. Okay, na? Tomorrow also we have live class. I mean, the workshop is there as it is. In YouTube also you will have, and online also you can join by using the same link at 11:15 a.m. Yeah, Neeraj Kumar, that is only one rule. Only one abstract method should be there. Yeah, Prajwal, same notes. Krishna Gupta, runnable is a functional interface, correct. Comparable is also functional interface. Comparator is also functional interface. We can implement the implementation classes by using Lambda. Okay, so that implementations also I'll teach you in tomorrow class for the people who knows multi-threading. Tejaswini, anonymous class means it is not inside class. Inner class, one of the types of inner classes. Tomorrow I'll teach you anonymous class also, okay? I'll write a program on all these four approaches. I'll write a program on all these four approaches. Yeah, I will create a Google Classroom and I'll share for the new people who join. Don't worry. One int and one a double, you cannot pass, Neeraj. You cannot restrict, only pass int and double. Okay. If you want to pass only int and double, you have to take two generics here. Angular bracket, t comma u. Okay. Then here t, here I should write what? T, and I should write u. Understood? Then at the time of object creation, you have to specify t place integer, u place double. Then you are restricted to pass only int and double. Okay. Still any other questions? Yeah, you can pass character by taking character class as a argument. Ishan Srinivastav, you will get these notes from Google Classroom. I'll ask the admin to create Google Classroom, and there I will share, you can get it. You all people registered na, with valid mobile number and email IDs, or use the dummy email IDs? If you have created with valid email IDs, you will get the notes. Generally, people come to the class with fake information. So my classes are not fake classes, very valuable classes. Next time when you are join with proper information, valid information. Yeah, coming days, DSA will be there, buddy. But as of now, I'm not taking DSA, only core Java, full stack Java with this there. Java DSA, I'm not started yet. Will be there in the coming days. Any other questions? Shall we wind up today's session? Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, tomorrow also we will have continuation today class workshop. Today, tomorrow, 2 days are the workshop. If tomorrow is anything is pending, Saturday also we'll have workshop. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will conduct workshops on the new features. So interested people, be alert, follow us. Give the proper information. Okay, don't give fake information to us. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you will have new features, workshops. Follow Naresh IT YouTube channel. Okay, there you will get proper information. Okay, and the Telegram group is also there, you can follow. Thank you. That's all for today class. Yeah, Suresh, just wait, man. I'll show you. Wait for 2 minutes. Let all people doubts clear. DSA not part of core Java. It's part of separate batch. Now that's what I'm doing. Takes some time. Just I'm planning the new courses and everything. Yeah, I will only teach in coming days. No, nothing. You are active, I am different. If you are not active, not different. That's it. Hmm? Full stack fully not completed in 3 months. It's going on. Okay, complete. Other faculties also will come. Rangola Parvati, what is your question? Can you please repeat? I'll upload in Google Classroom. Already there, I will upload again. In your Google Classrooms, I'll upload. Hmm? Just the DSA will come soon. Coming back. Parvati, can you please repeat your question again? Oh, you want me to expand these answers? Huh? Okay. I will upload, Nana. This file I will upload. You can have. Okay. Don't worry. I'll upload this file. In Google Classroom, I'll upload. You can download it. You can watch that. Okay. Suresh. Yeah, admin will send you Google Classroom link to your emails here. Okay. Already you have registered with this to this webinar now. So you will get it. Go to tools here in the edit plus. Go to tools. Go to configure user tools. Okay. Here by default in your system you have group 1. Let it be there. I am changing because already configurations are there. Okay, now here empty box will be there. Click on add tool, program. Take this name as compiler. Click on this button. Select the C drive, your JDK software where you have installed. In JDK bin folder. In bin folder, you have what? Java C. Select Java C. Clear? And then click on argument. What is the argument? Java file name. Here file name. Initial directory, you have to select file directory. Don't type anything for pre-run. Click apply. Take screenshot. Next, again click on add tool, program, menu text. Type JVM. Any name you can give JVM. For JVM, what is the command? Java, na? Select Java. Argument, file name without extension. Carefully how to select. File name without extension is the class name only, na? What is the file name here? Test06. Without extension class name is test06. Initial directory, file directory. Don't give anything. Apply. That's all. Okay. Tools. You will find two configurations. Compiler, control 1. JVM, control. So now type control 1, compile. Type control 2. Press control 2, execute. Okay, na? Okay. See you all guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time. And meeting is also same. It's not Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. It is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, we will make sure the same ID will work for every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, now? Okay, done.